right? Was Gucci, right? It is 9 on the dot. I'm not trading today. I just want to make a quick video, um, explain a couple things. So just for context as a whole, um, coming back from my previous thing I had, I was running a Fund and X account, 50K I had purchased, and I was trading that. But yeah, so we were trading that, and basically I didn't take enough trades throughout the week, and so I eventually ended up having I eventually ended up busting the account because I ain't taking any trades within a seven I think a 7 day weeks 7 day trading span thingamabob. Basically, I need to take a trade within 7 days. If not, then they close my account, which is what it is. Either way, I had find out that I didn't have a profitable model, so either way, I wasn't going to care about that too much. So that happened. Now, what we got here, right? So I'm going to play this back real quick towards right here, right? So right now I'm an NQ. Just for context, this is a Alpha Zero account that I purchased. So we do have CPI today, right? Which is why I am here. I'm not trading today, but today we had CPI at 830. My my goal, and ultimately I guess, well, my goal was to full port CPI. Yes, it is technically gambling. But I had two reasons to do it. One, I wanted to know if it was true that full porting CPI can actually help you pass, and two, I mean, I obviously want to have a funded account, so I did full port a 100K account. So I do have it. This is a Alpha Zero, 100K account, right? So yeah. So just for context, right? So what I did at open, right? I marked out from the 815 to 829 range. I marked out the range, right? This is the high of the range, the low of the range. From this, I marked out 20 points, right? Right here on both ends, right here and right here. I then place a entry right here, right? I play a buy stop order for 6 contracts, right? 6 contracts, and then I put well, either way, yeah, I put a buy order here for 6 contracts, and I put a sell order here for 6 contracts, right? And basically, I was aiming for a 50-point move, right, at minimum, to pass the account, which is about this much, right? So we go ahead 1 minute, right? We finally get Newson, right? And boom, we full port CPI, and we take an entry at the around here, right, for the 6 contracts, and then we close at above here at around the 50-point range, right? What happened there is that I did take the entry, and I actually did take a profit from that. Problem is, I only took a 3.4K profit because of slippage. The goal is 6K on the Alpha Zero account, the 100K account, and so with 6 contracts maximum that you could use. Point is that yeah, for ported, but because of slippage, I only made 3.4, right? So that happened. 3.4 is what ended up occurring, right? So I'm like, you know what? In my mind, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about keeping the account running. I wasn't really aiming to trade it. I was only really aiming to full port it and to hopefully pass it, so that I can have a funded account that I can actually work on and, like, do things. I didn't really want to be trading in the funded account. The reason I did the Alpha Zero account is to pass it at one time in one go. So a lot of slippage happened, and so it is what it is. At this point, I'm 3.4 in profit, and I need what, like 2.6, 2.7 more to pass the account, right? And then I then think to myself, like, hey, do I want to kind of keep it running, or do I want to just go for it and see what I do, right? At this point, I'm like, you know what? I just want to pass it. I want to fail it. I either lose my money or I make my money, right? So what I choose to do is to find some form of opportunity to pop up, and I just take that idea, right? So what I see right down the line is this, right? So here we are doing our thing. Hold on, let me go to the 1 minute, right? So what time is it at this point, right? So not yet, not yet. So I'm observing the market doing its thing, right? So I see, so as I'm like just kind of waiting around, I see that we have this 5 minute gap up here, right? Like I said, at this point, I have decided, hey, we're either gonna pass the account or we're gonna fail it. And there's no in between. I see this 5 minute gap, right? I'm just kind of observing the market, letting it do its thing, right? I see this just gonna move up, move down. Honestly, just consolidating a lot, right? We tap into this 5 minutes, right? I'm looking at the 1 minute chart here, right? What I then see next is this. We have this very nice V-shaped recovery from this 5 minute gap, right? And like I said, I'm here to pass the account. I'm not here to like kind of like dwindle or whatever. I'm just here to pass the account. The minute that I see this nice V-shaped recovery, right, and this inversion of these 1 minute gaps, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take an entry. So what I aim to do is I literally aim to just take a limit entry right here at the edge of the inverse gap, right here, only just enough to make my my profit and no stop loss, because I'm either gonna lose the money and bust the account entirely, or I'm gonna take a profit. But I'm not really trading out of nowhere. I'm trading off some sort of information, right? Not maybe the best information, but some sort of information. Delivery from 5 minute gap, 1 minute stack of inversions, right? And a large displacement like from that inversion, and the high that we had from CPI, which is also data high, right? I'm basing it off of some form of information here, not just kind of going blindly in. So I'm like, you know what? I'm fairly confident in the trade, right? As I see this go, we take an entry at this candle right here. This is the candle that takes the entry, right? We also form this a gap, 1 minute gap right here. We have a BPR gap right here, right? We trace into that zone, right? We respect consequent encroachment of this BPR gap, which gives me even more confidence in this trade, right? I let this run, and boom. Eventually, we are at around this level, which was about how much I wanted to make basically on my trade. We tap into my profit target, and we pass the account, right? Just to show what it looks like here, not here. Oh yeah, hold up. Let me just go back to my trade. Let's get out of here. Um, yeah. So that happens, and yeah, that happens, and so yeah, I ended up making what I needed to do, which I ended up making 6.1 on that trade, and so I passed my account, and yeah, so I'm probably gonna hopefully be trading this on next week, but I'm probably gonna be practicing during the weekend to see if I could get a profit model going on. But yeah, so technically I'm funded. Obviously not the proper way to do it, but hopefully I can. I have been improving. I've been backtesting a lot last couple the last week or so, and I have been improving, I think, a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of step by step, but we'll see what happens. Either way, I pass the account, so at least my money didn't go to waste. But we'll see what happens with I actually trade it and hopefully maybe get a payout. But yeah, with that being said, deuces.